Hey everybody, it's Jim with Triple J Bricks. Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be taking a look at my newly organized and labeled Acromills unit that is filled with minifigure parts. Finally got around to finishing that, and I changed some things around, so we'll take a look at that, and then I'm also going to show you how I organize and store extra parts, our overflow, our overstock parts, things that no longer belong in a bin when it gets to be too many. When there's too many of one part type or one color or whatever, what do you do with them? And I'm going to show you that right now. All right, first up is the minifigure storage. All of my minifigure parts and related parts are all in here. Now, I did move some things that used to be in the storage cases underneath the white drawer units. Some of those things have moved into here because they made a little bit more sense as I was started to organize like bulk Lego hauls and started to put things away. I realized it made a lot more sense to be up in here. So we're just gonna kind of take a look a little bit here. What I did was I decided to kind of, as we go down, I tried to work sort of the head, the torso, and the legs. That got a little messy and not actually the case as I started to move through parts. But I also am organizing these in a much more leaning way toward the castle parts, like castle elements, because that is the majority of what I will be planning to sort of build and mock on my own moving forward. And so that is something that I'm kind of putting like a precedent on. And so a lot of this stuff is definitely like heavily leaning toward that. So just keep that in mind when we go through this. But so basically I started with just basic hair, ball caps, and then assorted city hats, helmets, visors, goggles. And these are all separated via like a separator divider in here. So that's how those are done in there. Underwater masks and unique hats. Unique hats meaning just sort of things like the Willy Wonka hat. I have a Star Wars helmet in there. I don't have a lot of Star Wars things. I think there's a Bane mask in there, and then like a Mountie hat, and then like a maybe Catwoman's I don't know, her hood or something. I'm not really sure. Those came in some bulk lots. And then we have Western hats, pirate hats, medieval special hats, various hoods, medieval visors, plumes, beards, and bandanas. I tried to keep things, try to store as much as possible and make sure that I gave enough room to say what was inside of here. I did that at varying degrees of success, and then we kind of move from the headpieces down to like the backpacks, shoulder armor, life jackets, and then food, gems and gold, cups, wrenches, shovels, radios, saws, axes, picks, and hammers. Those are all in there. And then flashlights, horn, and then miscellaneous grabbies. What is a miscellaneous grabby, you ask? I don't really know what a miscellaneous grabby is. It's a bunch of these things. Like, I don't know what this is, like maybe some sort of a gun? Some sort of a weapon for maybe like Star Wars sets? I don't know. I have a bunch of these things. Like, this is also maybe some sort of a weapon, but at the same time, it could be also something else. I don't know. Miscellaneous grabbies. I think it's a perfect name, and it's a very Jim name, to be honest. Because if you've watched the previous videos on how I used to label my old Acromills, you would understand that. If you want to check that video out, it's somewhere up here. Then we have, let's see, city cases, bags, handheld accessories, brooms, nets, pitchforks, things like that. Claws, horns, spires, yeah, so I moved these. These used to be in the storage cases, and I moved these up because these are essentially all elements that you can kind of connect to like a helmet, or that fit inside of a stud. So, yeah, I don't know. These are tough because some of these are like bone elements or like these, I don't know. They're kind of a strange, they're hard for me to categorize in my brain, so that's where those are. Skates, binoculars, snow and surfboards, flippers and skis, minifig extremities. So all basically extra arms. I even have an extra leg in there that came in like a bulk lot, and then hands, so I can swap out things if I need to. So those are all in there. Then we have some horses, saddles, and helmets, wings, cloth, flags, and capes, miscellaneous weapons, shields, wands, and then we start getting into the sort of the castle stuff, right? So these are all castle axes, fishing rods, paddles, and poles. Okay, these should probably be swapped with this. Here we go, live swapping. Well, not live, I guess you're watching this later, but you know what I'm talking about. Castle shields, castle swords specifically, spears and lances, bows and crossbows, yeah, miscellaneous shields, wands. Just kind of, these are just like miscellaneous weapons that don't really fit a specific category or a category that I would wish to further sort those in. Assorted swords, assorted guns, those are all like space guns and pistols and all that kind of stuff. And then these are like orc swords and pirate swords and like Ninjago stuff. A couple Minecraft swords in there. And then castle helmets, flames, chains and rope, small animals. And then over here, special minifigs. So like skeletons, ghosts. I have like Jar Jar in here. I think this is a creeper. I don't know. I got this in the latest bulk lot, and I actually don't know what this is. Maybe it's not a creeper? I don't know. If you know what this is, let me know, because it was just this. I didn't get any like head or anything with it, so I don't know what that is. And then flesh heads, yellow heads, and then these are torsos, legs. I didn't label these because I just kind of know what they are. So these are all torsos and legs that aren't attributed to either pirates or castle. So I have all castle figs in here. We got a ton of black falcons and forcemen and lion knights, and then their heads that I plan to use, and legs, and then pirate stuff is in here. So that is the minifigure storage. I think this will probably, you know, just like everything, evolve over time, but that's kind of the gist of how I've labeled them and how they're organized moving forward. Okay, now to show you how I store and organize Overflow Lego. So I have these 3 units. I will link down in the description where I got these units from. They were just on Amazon. I did get them on sale, so keep that in mind. They are a little pricey. So I have 1, 2, and 3 all labeled, okay? Currently, 3 is being used for, these are all sets that I either parted out or need to build. Future videos to come. So currently I'm only using 1 and 2. Now, the way it works is I have bins in here, and inside of these bins, there are parts. For example, I have a bunch of 2x2 gray bricks in here, okay? These are extras. I think I picked up a bunch of these on the pab wall, all right? So they are sitting in case number 1. So if we go over here to, nope, down here. If we go over here to where we keep our 2x brick, you can see we have our tray of 2x bricks. And on the side here, or in the back, I don't remember where I labeled them. There we go. 0, 1. So what I've done is I take my label maker. When I have overflow parts, I label which bin it's going to go in, and then I put that label on here. Now, this will change if there are multiple parts in a bin. For example, if I had overflow of this bin, which is the 2x2 tan and brown, let's say I had a lot of brown bricks, I would then label this 0, 1, 0, 2, or whatever, and then say, you know, brown or tan, right? Light tan. But for this one, I just put a number because the only thing in this bin is these 2x2 bricks. So I am down here, and let's say I run out of these, and I go, do I have these anywhere? Well, I can pull this out. I can see that it says 01, and I can go to 01, open it up, and I can find that there are more 2x2 bricks. The other thing I forgot to mention is that I do not put any parts in here in bags that are more than one part type or more than one color. I want to keep that very, very separated so that I don't have to label the thing. I just think it's going to get messy, right? Like, for example, if I say there's 1x6, brown, I'm not going to also throw like brown and tan, because then I don't know. I could do that. I totally could. But for some reason, I'm keeping them separate. Like, if I have a bag of 1x6 brown, I will put 1x6 brown on the side of this. And then if I need to have more space for tan, then I will, make a bag of the tans and then put 1x6 tan in separate bags. That's just seems like the easiest thing to keep separated. I don't know. I mean, I could number how many are in there, but I don't think that's really necessary at this point. Pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. I've done it over here as well. I just picked up off the pab wall a bunch of nougat. I believe it's nougat. I always get nougat, dark orange, and some of like the dark tans mixed up together because they're so similar, but I think it's nougat. So basically I picked up a bunch of nougat ones, and this is pretty full right now. So what I did was I took the nougat ones out and I just put 02 nougat. Now there's probably a couple nougat ones in here, but I know if I need more, I can always check the side and say, oh, 02 nougat. Go in here. Oh, look at this. There it is. 02 nougat. So it really only relies on me having to label one thing, and then I can find the part. Now, as my collection grows, this might change, but so far, it's worked out pretty well. And it's pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward, and it works for how I categorize things. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the gist of it. And for now, I think that's going to work out really, really well. All right, everybody, that is going to do it for this video. That is my minifigure storage and how I store extra parts. And I think they're both going to work for the system that I have set up in this office. If we ever move someday, it might not work in like a larger space, but I think in this kind of small space that we have right now and the way I've set up my system, my organizational system, I think it works really well. So everybody, I hope this video helped. I hope it gave you some ideas on how to sort and organize your collection. As always, thank you so much for going with me on this journey. And remember, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. It is massively helpful. Leave a like on the video and please comment. Let me know if you do overflow storage or if you have any tips and tricks or thoughts on minifigure storage. I would love to hear it. I'm always open to new ideas and to make everything more efficient and more effective. But everybody, thank you again for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. And remember, until next time, keep on building. Jim out!